From the KATC Weatherland, here's Rob's forecast.
Welcome back. Well, the heat's going to be on across Acadiana. Relatively dry conditions. We actually do have a few showers out there, but the big picture, ridge of high pressure is going to be dominant. Tropics active in the Pacific, also in the Atlantic, and we may be dealing with another system beyond Fiona in the next 5 to 7 days. Talk more about that in just a bit. Here we go. This is the big ridge of high pressure that's taking over our area. When the high pressure systems are oriented just to our northwest, it usually means sunny and hot conditions at just about any time during the year. This week we're talking mid-90s, might even see a few days in the upper 90s, so we may even be threatening some record high heat come Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Not so much tomorrow, but as we get toward the latter part of the week, temperatures pushing the upper 90s, which is quite unusual for getting into just about the third week of September. Meanwhile, we have Fiona down here crossing the islands, impacting Puerto Rico, and then through the Dominican Republic. You can see an eye right here, and we'll get to Fiona in just a bit with respect to coordinates. And here's the radar. San Juan, some very heavy rainfall, but most of the flooding and the heaviest rains have been across the spine of Puerto Rico, where you have the mountainous areas, and upwards of 25 to 30 inches of rain has fallen so far. Major flash flooding, and they're not done with some of these tropical rain bands, although things are beginning to ease as the system moves away. Can't really see an eye from the San Juan radar, but fortunately the system moving away. Also, though, still impacting the eastern portions of the Dominican Republic. Meanwhile, radar in our part of the world, much more benign by any stretch of the imagination. Few isolated showers showing up late this afternoon, one or two here over in Acadia Parish. We're seeing one popping up here just right along Highway 14, and the cell that we have here is just to the west of Rain, heading maybe toward Crowley. Can we call it Crane, between Crowley and Rain? And then you go farther to the south, we're seeing this little bit of a pop-up shower just in the last 10 minutes or so, southwest of the Kaplan area. And then we move farther to the east, a few isolated showers showing up around the Coteau Homes area, just east of St. Martinville. So St. Martinville, you might see a downpour. This may just go south of St. Martinville along Highway 31. And then other shower activity perhaps impacting northern portions of Iberia Parish. But we're not looking at a whole heck of a lot of rain out there. Most of us staying quiet. Other earth science news today, earthquake, a fairly large one on the southwestern coast of Mexico. Magnitude as high as 7.6. These happened at the same time, pretty much the same earthquake. We've had an aftershock afterwards, and so it's been a little rough over here. And there was several feet of water with a tsunami, a Seiche wave a tsunami more than likely, that impacted the Manzanillo area. So I had some video on that on my Facebook page late this afternoon. So here's the big picture across Louisiana. Not a whole lot going on with that high pressure ridge building and getting stronger. Meanwhile, the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico relatively quiet, with the exception obviously of Fiona. And then we move out into the Atlantic. National Hurricane Center monitoring this disturbance that's going to impact the North Atlantic. This tropical wave, the models are picking up on it. Right now, 20% chance of developing maybe toward the eastern Caribbean or the Caribbean Sea, but this one's going to take a southern route. 20% right now chance of development. That may go to 30% tonight and gradually increase in the days ahead based on our model guidance. Meanwhile, Fiona, look at this. You can see how the eyes cleared out as the system gets away from land. Still some very heavy tropical rains, eastern portions of the Dominican Republic, and then still more rain bands across Puerto Rico, and then we'll be watching this as it moves farther to the north with time. Category 2, 100-mile-per-hour winds, and this is going to go to Cat 3. It's just going to go east, but still, nonetheless, some impacts in the easternmost Bahamas, where hurricane warnings are issued, tropical storm warnings farther north and west. But once you get north of Clarencetown, as you get toward the more populated islands, you have no tropical watches or warnings going. So that is good news. Bad news is this might be impacting Bermuda down the line as we go later this week. It's expected to get to Cat 3 status, or Cat 4 status rather, by Wednesday into Thursday. So we'll be watching that system as it moves out to the North Atlantic and could eventually impact portions of the extreme Canadian Maritimes as a Category 1 hurricane as it takes a little bit of a turn to the left. Halifax not out of the mix yet, so we'll watch that for our Canadian friends and family members up in that part of the world. So here's the Euro model showing Fiona expanding wind field wise, but this is that disturbance that we were talking about as we go into the latter part of the week. And notice the relatively dry conditions across Acadiana and Louisiana, and then this low pressure system gets better organized in the Western Caribbean by this weekend, and both the GFS and the Euro model have a tropical storm or hurricane burgeoning into the southeastern portion of the Gulf of Mexico, with the Euro going to the north and the GFS going to the west. So anything beyond this, we really can't take any stock in. So we're going to just stop that right there and just keep an eye on the next potential system. If this does get a name, the next name on the list is Gaston, which sounds like a French name and hopefully not a Louisiana name. We'll see how that plays out. So overnight tonight, temperatures getting down into the low to mid 70s, generally fair skies. Tomorrow we're going to see mostly sunny conditions, temperatures getting into the mid 90s. Heat index not too bad, as dew points may come down a little bit during the day tomorrow, but overall sunny and hot weather. And then as we head into Wednesday, much the same, just a few clouds out there, not much chance of rain. And look what the model is going for Wednesday, pushing it into the upper 90s. I don't know if we're going to get that or not, but nonetheless, the heat is going to be on, and it's going to be full summer heat for the bulk of this week. So overnight tonight, generally fair skies, 73 the overnight low, warm and humid for the time of the year for sure. Just a slight chance of that isolated shower early this evening, then rain chances dropping off. Then for tomorrow, rain chances near zero, 94, perhaps 95 the high, with a little bit more of a north wind developing and mostly sunny skies. As we move forward through the next 10 days, we'll see temperatures pushing well into the mid 90s, maybe upper 90s. Records may be threatened right around fall gets here late Thursday, and first full day of fall will be Friday. But then as we head into the weekend, slight rain chances by Sunday, and we got some blue triangles here, so a little relief on the way, with temperatures dropping back down into the 80s and overnight lows hopefully getting back down into the low to mid 60s. But for the rest of the week, guys, it's big time
Summer.
Heat and air conditioned environment. The windows back up on the cars, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Yep, back to it.
June it is. Okay, thanks, Rob.